about Brother Malcolm and four men.
He knew the fucking name of
Oh,
that.
he knew the name.
He
It's,
knew
it's,
the
it's a
fucking
comedian.
name
That's
of
what
that
comedians
shit.
do.
Yeah, one night in Miami.
Stop playing.
What did Lewis say? I'm the Lewis. What did Lewis say? You weren't there. When Malcolm told me about my messenger's domestic life, we were at his table and Betty had fed us well. And he drove me to LaGuardia Airport, which was right around the corner. And he said, now, Lewis, he spoke with authority because I was his student. Now, Lewis, don't you tell anyone what I told you tonight. I said, no, sir. I'm not going to tell anyone but the messenger.
I'm not gonna lie. That part was like,
See, that was a little child.
He got Malcolm X
Love that
killed,
part.
man. Hi.
Snitched.
He got Malcolm X killed.
Snitched. Got a hell of a damn nerve. I snitched. Do you know what a soldier in the army of God is? You report on slackness and weakness.
It feel bad.
All wrongdoing if you're the soldier.
It's the people cheering for me.
That's what it is.
but that's my argument. That's indoctrination. That's what it is. I
That's
mean,
any
what-
religion.
Exactly.
But if you're a punk,
Or any
you go
organization,
along with the
military
madness.
and everything. Bruh, ain't that what it is? Ain't that what they signed up for? Is the only thing is he had a vision, he had a direction that he saw better, and maybe, just maybe, he could have been more tactful with how he presented that vision. But you would like to think any organization you're a part of that you're devout to would understand that, but he didn't have that privilege, and he got that.
It is more than that for me, because it is literally like, hey man, this man is telling us we should be like this, but he like this. And the boy said, yeah. And then he went and told the nigga, it's like, yo, my boy out there telling your business. And they had to get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's pretty much what happened.
That's what exactly what happened.
I mean, dude, they had a whole documentary
Okay, so this
about him getting murdered from the niggas in New Jersey. And everybody know that. Everybody know that.
who was on that video for the people listening? Who was on that video?
Minister Farrakhan.
So Minister Farrakhan, he's got a lot of things against him. Why you probably should question his leadership.
I had some respect for him, you know.
I did
in
too,
the,
and I still do.
In the sense of like, I like
I
him.
don't, because I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't
honestly-
study him enough to really care.
I think I have as much respect for him as any other religious leader, or a leader who grounds themselves, leverage themselves off of something like religion. You know, I don't, and I think politics is a type of religion, honestly. So politicians,
Very much so.
So, you know, I take him with a grain of salt. I think he's playing his position. I think he's doing what he's programmed to do, you know.
I just don't
I just think it's sad. What's sad, and I'm thinking of Nipsey Hussle right now. Like, what's sad is when you commit your life to something that doesn't commit itself to you.
Well, my thing is like, I don't. It bothers me when people of power put their power into something that they know is wrong. Like it's not
That's a lot of people though. And like that's almost most businesses.
it's not like
Sweat labor,
yeah, but it's not like
using prisoners,
I don't know how to say it.
not paying people livable wages.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts at that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing for me. I've come to terms in life that people are going to be people and people are going to believe what they want to believe. And also within that effect is that they can make an excuse for themselves or find a reason to be okay with a certain amount of behavior if they can meet those criteria. And in some way, a lot of people will create anything to make it seem like what they did was okay. It's like a girl getting a dude beat up or getting her boyfriend beat up and then not taking blame for the fact that her talking or her doing a certain thing. She's like, oh, I didn't even say anything. But you're the one talking shit to the guy, and then the guy is, starts beating up your boyfriend because your boyfriend should have told you to shut the fuck up. And then you go, oh, that wasn't my fault. He should have handled it. Like, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's you can say it, but I mean, it's an idea for me. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it's to believe that I don't believe that just because you're a leader in any type of sect or political that you believe in any inherent good. If anything, you believe in your agenda, and everybody has some type of agenda.
I would say
that is a fact. That's a human fact. Every human being,
I would say
if they can have the best of intentions, they have an agenda.
You have an agenda
to their own.
I would say that every man got their faults, right? So everybody know about Martin Luther King and what he was doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
But if somebody came and if Jesse Jackson came to Al and was like, hey, bro, MLK out here fucking them bitches. You feel me?
You think Jesse wasn't with him?
I
You think brother Al wasn't fucking like, yo, man, he wasn't like, yo,
I'm saying he's like, hey, he out here fucking these bitches. You know, he's supposed to be a preacher and everything.
He's not trying to help their wives. He's not trying to help their wives. He's trying to uproot what they doing.
Yeah, he fucking bitches.
He trying to help
and then so what it was my boy wanted to be in his position. He wanted to be in Malcolm X.
He was on some hating shit. Yeah.
And he didn't see that Malcolm could have had the way to go. He didn't see that. Instead he believed in what he believed in.
Right.
And he went and he told.
But what did Malcolm see? What was the epiphany that Malcolm saw when he went to Mecca? He saw that there was multiple ways to do this. He saw that the way we were doing was misinformed, you know? And so, you know, it's when you're indoctrinated into something that is built off of somebody else's agenda, what do you expect? My simple argument by that video is accountability. It's accountability on everybody's end. Farrakhan on some whole snitch hating shit. Malcolm on some bitch talking too much. Not really. You are on Mark Lick, whatever terminology you want to use. Mark Lick, whatever. He was not being wise with his vision. He should have understood his position. He should have, and I feel the same.
He understand the.
I think you know what. I really think he was in shock.
You think so?
I really think he was in shock.
You think the moment, the situation was too big for him to like really put his whole head around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because when I found out,
you talking about Farrakhan or
X
Malcolm? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I found out, one of our partners was gay. When I found out one of our partners was gay, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
right?
And immediately, I want to say I called you.
You called me.
So technically, you did this. I mean, you might have done something similar to Farrakhan.
No.
He called me. He was like, "Hey, so hypothetically."
Yeah.
Like, no, he didn't say hypothetically. He was like, so one of my homeboys is gay, right? And he just like came out to me, and I don't know what to do. And I was like talking to the nigga through it. I'm like, well, is he? Are you cool with it? Like, does it really bother you? He's like, not really. I said, and it's not like he came out to you to profess his love for you or nothing like that. He was like, nope. And I'm like, well, if you ain't got a problem with it, dude.
But it was so big for me. It was like holy shit.
And he told me
like
like
I
2
just
days
never.
later.
I just never. It just never dawned.
So how did
my
that
head.
homeboy take it when he found out that he was the first one that knew?
How what?
How did that homeboy react to finding out who you relayed that information to?
Oh, he didn't care.
He didn't care. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't care.
But then
I mean, the thing is, I heard that information, and he didn't come out to us till like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
he waited.
But I wouldn't like if I would have ever thought that it would have moved him out of if I would have ever thought that it would have moved him out of that position that he was in,
You wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, you didn't think it was going to harm him by going to talk to him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
he knew
Farrakhan knew, and
he knew he was gonna be like, oh well, we can't let him go down.
And to be fair, to put it into context, in the time that he did this shit, he knew exactly what was at stake.
He knew exactly
what he was doing. He wasn't trying to help Islam. He wasn't trying to help nobody but himself. You know. But I'm simply saying that's what indoctrinated people do. Anybody who,
it's true.
Anybody, any idea, anybody who's all in and their worth is built off of that ideology, they're compromised.
It's true.
When that's what you want, and when your pillar of success is something outside yourself, you compromise. Honestly, in my opinion,
it's true. And you said something about the how the military indoctrinates their people, and I'm like, they have to believe that shit. I watched this video of this man who had came back from World War II, I think. And he was talking about, he was like, bro, anybody that done seen combat is a different person. He said he went back to his house. He was sleeping on the floor in the living room because the sofa, his sister and them was there, and they didn't have too much room for him. He said his mom was walking through the living room to turn on the air conditioning. He said the only thing he remembered is his dad pulling him off his mom.
oh my god,
He had then grabbed his mom by the throat and was choking her, and he had pulled him off, and he was like, I didn't even know that's what I was doing.
humanity. We ain't built. Humans are not built
I said, man.
for war, man. Like we're not, man. Like
I said, man, what the fuck?
we're not built. I don't care what nobody say. Like everybody like to be on this rah shit. Everybody like to feed into the lower part of the ego, and they like to say, "Oh, shit, I'm with the shits. I'm for this."
You're
Da, da,
not.
da.
No, you're not.
You're not. No, not only are you not. You're not built for it. Because physically, let's talk about the physical part. If I was to haul
say
off
that
and punch one of y'all, I'm gonna break my fist. Most likely, I'm an untrained puncher. I'm gonna hurt myself more than I'm gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, we're not built for violence, but for some reason there's a reptile part of our brain, or whatever you want to blame it on, where we like, yeah, I'm rah.
I say that every time because it's like to think about it. Lions got claws, teeth, and all sorts of shit
Like a
to
motherfucker.
kill.
Like a motherfucker, yeah.
All sorts of shit to kill and strip meat. Their tongue even set up to lick the skin off, so they can.
Yep. They got like little
Little barbs.
Yeah.
It's that deep. It's that deep. But if I wanted to kill one of y'all, I would have to pick up an object
A tool, yeah, to do that
to
shit.
do that,
And-
or sit on you until you can't breathe no more.
Exactly. And then
That's a lot
on the back end
for me.
On the back end,
I gotta
I'm gonna
hold you in place.
right.
It's not gonna be easy.
And on the back end, I'm gonna make cameos in your dream for your life. I'm like, nigga, you really sat on me, nigga. You really sat on me. Like, you're not built for that shit. Like,
We not
nobody's
built
built for that
I'm
shit.
definitely gonna hunt you. Guy be like,
Oh,
all right,
man, I'm
you get
getting-
5 years to hunt. I'm like, 5.
Yeah,
What I gotta do for 10?
exactly. Like, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I ain't
come.
gonna lie to
I'm gonna want to come and go on your ass.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna fuck you up while you fucking.
I'm gonna get used to it.
Now while you fucking,
I'm gonna like my nigga.
anytime you about to nut, I'm just gonna show up.
I'm gonna like my nigga.
You ain't never gonna come.
but for some reason, there's some part of
I'm gonna
our.
like my nigga.
And to go back to Farrakhan, there's some part of our reptile brain. I don't know what you want to call it, like the lower brain, where the lower ego, where you feel like that is an option, and it's just not. I feel like when you get down to the gist of it, when we prosper, it's the exact opposite of that.
Well, I think
It's the exact opposite of that.
it come to a balanced thing. Like having honor is good, bro. Like having honor is good.
But
My-
what is-
Well,
my-
what is honor?
Yeah,
my-
exactly. That was
My
good.
boy should have been able to tell him that, and him not go back and tell nobody. Right? He should have been able to do that. But then at the same time, like having
And he
honor,
believed-
having honor can work against you in the sense of like he thought he was honor bound to
Let's
go
unpack-
back and tell that nigga that. He was like, I'm doing the honorable thing.
Well, Malcolm told him because he trusted him enough.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because the first thing he said to him
But
was,
what I'm saying
was
is-
not to tell the leader, and he was like, "I'm gonna go tell the leader.
Hold on.
I'm telling snitch, bitch."
but
the process-
Nigga, he turned to snitch,
like,
bitch.
like he said,
the process
like he said,
and the
indoctrinated
system
me.
that led him, the organization that gave him the resources to even go to Mecca and have this revelation is the very thing that crossed him. And that's why I related him to
they
Nip.
didn't pay for him to go to Mecca.
No, but it elevated him to a status to where he had whatever he may have done, whether it was his own doings, it elevated him to a status, and it elevated his mind to a status to where you can go right now, you can go down to Ebenezer Baptist Church as you. Then you can take a theology course at whatever school and go to Ebenezer Baptist Church. You're going to have a different experience. He had a whole system to where it put him in a place to where he was like, I went somewhere, I got something, I'm bringing it back to this system. And Farrakhan was a part of that system. And dude betrayed him, you know? And that's what I mean.
No. I mean, I guess what I mean is, as far as like him, we were talking about Mecca.
Yeah.
So I'm saying him going to Mecca was really outside because what's the name himself never went to Mecca. Elijah Muhammad has never been to Mecca. Like they didn't even talk about it. So it's like that was something that he came to on his own, and was like, "I'm gonna go there." And his sister paid for that. I read the book.
I ain't read the book.
It was a good book.
I ain't read the book.
So I found out Alex Haley was
downloaded
trying to.
the, audiobook.
Yeah, Alex Haley was trying to like make him look bad in that book.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. So I hope it's not true. But someone told me that reading the book, Alex Haley's intention was to make him look bad, but it didn't work out in his favor, or at least in Haley's favor. Whatever he was trying to do, if it's true, I don't know.
Well, then you know, they say some. If you believe what your enemies mean for bad,
What you mean?
turn out in your favor. That's what they say.
Say that again.
They said if you believe what your enemies mean for bad, turn out in your favor.
On what? What you break the seal on?
Oh,
You,
boy, I forgot.
No,
that
no
was
pee
in
hit the toilet seat. I'm cool. No, I'm good. I don't want no beer. No red striped lager
It's pretty much Budweiser.
with the pretty.
There's nothing in it this time, though.
Pretty much Jamaican Budweiser. The first time I had it, I was like, "This isn't that good." I didn't think it was. That.
Very first time I had this shit, it was good. It was before Budweiser bought them. And
Oh, Budweiser bottom. We like you guys are just gonna have
yeah,
our
Budweiser. Like, y'all
Budweiser.
are too close to us, and y'all are doing it better. Fuck is that shit?
I remember the first commercial, them two Jamaican dudes, and they was like smiling while he.
Then you become a disciple.
But yeah, that was some Judas shit.
I mean, but here's the thing, Judas. What happened to Judas after he
he hung himself.
hung himself?
That's about right.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Farrakhan,
So,
Farrakhan old, but he still got some
Nah,
time.
I think Farrakhan too much of a
yeah.
It could happen.
egomaniac.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: egomaniacs always go down on something that they thought they could like just bully their way through.
It'd be the smallest
It'd
thing.
be the smallest thing, like he
That's true.
fucking somebody left some kids' underwear.
That's the idea. That's
true shit.
That's the lesson. That's the lesson. I think that's the lesson behind that shit. Like, even if a nigga goddamn do you wrong, and he come up off it, he'll never.
He still got to pay for it.
He gonna have to pay for it.
Right.
Yeah. But see, I really do be depending on like karma. Like I don't, for right or for wrong, some people can say this, whatever. But I don't really try to take out judgment on for wrongdoings against me. I try to, if something is done wrong to me or around me, this is what I do.
Yeah, it depends.
For right or wrong, and I want to hear y'all push back because honestly I question it sometimes. But I look at it like this: if something done wrong to me, I look at my role I played to be done wrong. What did I not see? What did I understand? Did I miss something? And I focus in on that. And all while I'm doing that in real time, while I'm working on that, karma is working on that person, because that person got a whole nother journey going on. Right. And so I feel like it doesn't serve me to seek vengeance because that's not building me. Let's say if I get vengeance, right? I always in the movies where I will find you, and he goes on this whole thing and he commit all these crimes and he got to go to court at the end of the movie. It's like, you didn't do anything for you. You did everything against them. Yeah, and that's how I look at it. But
I mean, yeah, I feel you. But I look at it like this. I believe in karma on a scale just for self, but I don't believe that their karma doesn't necessarily tie into my karma. So like for me, I am I'm a great responder. Like, so you can bring some bullshit my way and I can either defend it or wiggle my way out of it or defeat it or whatever needs to happen. But, one doesn't forget that you brought the bullshit for me. So for me, it's not so much looking for vengeance
it's more of a checks and balances.
Yeah,
It's
checks and balances.
Nah, I need to hold you accountable so I can get you up out of here.
It's not even. It's not even. It's not even hold you accountable. It's more so in the sense of, like, say, for example, say you have a friend named Charlie, and Charlie came to your house, hung out, and then Charlie left, and next thing you know, you're missing something. I don't know, salt shaker. Antique salt shaker.
Charlie, a crackhead. Yeah, damn.
$100 on eBay. Salt shaker. That nigga Charlie done fucking gripped it. He
done
lifted from your goddamn house. And then Charlie, and then when you went to Charlie about it, you're like, "Hey Charlie, my nigga, did you steal my $100 salt shaker?" And Charlie like, "No, nigga, come on, what's up?" And then one day at Charlie's house, you see your $100 salt shaker, and
Charlie,
and like, "Charlie, really?" And Charlie like, "My bad, man. I was just having a real bad day." He don't even apologize to you. So it's one thing to go, "Oh man, he made a mistake, this and that." But fuck Charlie. You stole my $100 goddamn salt shaker, Charlie. I should fuck you up for doing this. And be real with you, I believe I deserve a few skippity paps in the face as I walk out the door. A few. And he go, "Oh," while he's holding his jaw, like he says, to walk out the door with my salt shaker. And I think that's a very satisfying exit to that situation.
But that's not.
I'm not saying it should necessarily happen that way, but if you're able to get it off, kudos to you, my nigga. Like the universe supports you.
I get you. Okay, so it's not a. An eye for an eye. I can't move.
Yeah.
It's not a malicious thing.
This person's death before I go on my life.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
It's not a malicious thing. I don't think we'll maliciously do something.
The only thing
I don't think y'all would.
Like, only thing I ever wanted to get back on was like a dude. Like when I got messing around on the dude that was helping. He got a girlfriend. I was like, man, boy.
Yeah. But that karma gonna come back onto you, and I think karma is too crudely thought of. To whereas karma's not gonna be, his girl gonna get fucked because he fucked your girl. It's simply gonna be the process. It's literally the process of your vengeance is the karma. The fact that he's got guilt, And there's no.
But does he? Because they never apologize.
Nah.
I feel like if you don't ever look a nigga in his eye and apologize, there's no guilt there for me.
His guilt may not.
At least I don't believe in it.
His guilt may
don't
not be
think so.
self-inflicted in the way of him consciously saying, oh, okay, because I did X, Y is going to happen to me. It may be I'm doing X because I'm afraid of Y. And then Y is going to happen because that's what your process is.
But if he keeps doing X,
if you
hoping
don't,
to
if
get
you
away
don't go
from
to the
Y.
gym, you're going to get fat.
Right.
If you go to the gym, you're going to get fit. If you do
Maybe.
if you do counterintuitive shit, if you do shit where you sneaking around instead of investing in a woman, you sneak around a woman that's already claimed, that's counterintuitive to your process.
I mean,
and that's gonna have ripple effects. And so it may not show up this summer or next summer, but 3 summers from now, you're gonna realize, okay, boom, I've been doing it wrong. That's your karma.
Yeah, but thing is, you have to realize how people look at it. So you say we have two different dudes that are doing the same thing. We have 2 dudes cheating. One dude is like, man, I ain't never settling it down anyway. I don't give a fuck who I fuck the fuck. Then you had one dude who's cheating, or he's just fucking anybody's chick, just because, and he just don't give a fuck. But at the same time, looking for love. But he looking for love in other people's situations. See, that's 2 different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
You have someone who never cared about that in the first place. So what's karma to them? Like, what's karma to them in that situation?
To a sociopath,
yeah,
or a
yeah,
narcissist, as people like to say now. And everybody narcissist.
Yeah, everybody got an isk
Yeah.
to them and shit. But to me, again, what is it to them if that's what they do and they don't care? Like, to me, like,
What is it to you about them though? Like, what is it to you?
no, I guess what I'm saying is that everybody doesn't have the same amount of caring about a certain situation. Just like I said before, someone steals something from you and doesn't apologize. Well, to me, trying to talk and you talking to them like how it made you feel, and they're just not apologizing. So
Right.
to me, whatever karma you hoping happens to them, they're probably not even going to see the correlation. They're not going to feel that. So in that case, punch that nigga in the face and take your goddamn salt shaker. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I get it.
He probably still go like, man, it wasn't even that serious.
I get it.
Like, that nigga ain't coming back. He know he shouldn't have fucking.
I think in an analog world, man. Yeah.
Well, we digital as fuck.
We digital as fuck, unfortunately, but in analog world,
Yeah,
it used to be, I'm gonna take you, like, let's handle this outside, and I might put a bullet in you, I might break your jaw, and it's gonna be over, right or wrong, whether I die or you die, it's gonna be over, right? But in this new digital world, everybody's their own universe.
You know what?
Everybody.
You know what? Let me say this. Who's to say it wasn't always like that?
It was
But
always like that.
It
But
was. I mean,
it was no
I
checks
feel
and
like it
balances.
is.
Who's to say it
Or-
wasn't always like that? But now we can just see it more because
You can.
Niggas, we can, but it's different now because everybody's held accountable almost to another lifetime. Like, they're almost, you do something wrong when you're 12, you can be 52 and that shit's documented now.
Yeah.
And so it's different. The stakes are higher now. And so you gotta carry yourself at a higher level.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to prove that you don't know right from
Hey.
wrong.
when them politicians get in around our age,
Bruh.
you know what I'm saying? And them goddamn 2002 Xbox Live chats come out. You fucking nigga!
If they recorded though.
Hold on. And then they typed it in with the extra R's. They typed it in with the
Dude,
extra R's.
if I ever, man, and I didn't play Xbox. I didn't really play online until I was out of high school, so I could say whatever I want. But I've never been called. I've never heard the N word, nigga.
I've never been called a nigger.
Once.
I have.
I got once.
And not in person.
But that's in the
Not in
no,
person.
Nah, in person. It was a white woman. She was on heroin.
I was in the country.
One time, a white dude.
This shit was in Little 5 Points.
One time in middle school, a white kid pronounced it perfectly with the He had the perfect black slang to
Yeah,
where
that bitch was
if I
growling.
didn't see him, I thought he was black. I hit him off principle. I was like, "How dare you mimic us perfectly, you son of a bitch?"
You
And
hit
then
him off
use that word.
principle?
I hit him off principle.
Nah, it was just old. Well, she wasn't old, but her teeth were definitely old looking.
We was in my grandma's yard, and this truck drove by with these 2 white boys in it, and they rolled down the window and they was like, nigger.
They were practicing.
Oh Lord,
They were practicing running
Right.
away.
And so we had me and my cousins and them, we had all chased after the truck, right? And then my cousin dad was out there, which is all my cousins that y'all know is my second cousin,
Damn.
right?
Big ass family.
My cousin dad is my first cousin.
He young.
Yeah, I'm young.
He like the youngest.
So, so my cousin dad was out there, and then he was like, "What y'all chasing that truck for?" And they said he called us a nigga. He had an Acura TL with the beads on the thing.
What are you doing, man?
He had an Acura TL with the beads on the driver's side on the door.
Not the driver's side.
My boy opened up that door, reached under that seat, and grabbed that pistol, and said, "Cat, cat, cat."
Oh shit,
And we was
He
like,
shot
"Oh,
at the car?
nigga.
We
What?
was like, "Oh,
He shot at the car?
shit."
God. So the car was
All right.
driving away. That nigga said, "God, God, God."
I remember.
Man, them folk got the fuck on.
I bet they did.
I bet
Shot at the
she
fucking
did.
car,
God
nigga.
damn. And you know that Japanese car got thin metal. That shit didn't
Got
stop
the
shit.
fuck on.
That's paint. That's plate.
That
metal.
shit, that was so.
Didn't stop.
I'd never
That sample
forget
metal.
that
That
shit.
shit didn't stop shit.
I'd never forget that shit, and that's when I learned. I was like, "Oh, we don't.
Lord.
No.
This is not what we accept
No.
over here."
I mean, hey,
Shit,
you know,
my grandma, she had a pistol. So she had a 38 on her.
is there a place for accountability? Fuck yeah. Come on now. You
That's
know,
not what we accept over here. So it's just like,
but like
so
the
tie-
whole chasing.
So to tie it all back in,
Yeah.
like my boy came to you and told you something in confidence.
Yeah.
All right. Whether you was gonna be in turmoil with it or not,
It wasn't
it
your
wasn't
place
your
to speak
place
on it.
to
Yeah.
speak on it
Yeah.
right then, bro.
But that's
Like,
that's
That's not the
indoctrination.
type of shit.
But
that
see,
we
but my
gonna
thing
do.
is, his loyalty didn't lie in Malcolm. It lied in
Obviously.
the nation, and that's what I mean by indoctrination. If it lied within himself, if it lied in Farrakhan, he would have said, "This don't feel right." Like what the brother talking about, I don't quite grasp it, but it feel real to me. It feel like he in a real moment until I understand it in totality, because it don't sit right with me in my gut, in my spirit. I'm not going to speak on it to no one. I'm going to honor him. And then when it comes to me, when I understand it, I'm going to go back to him and say, "What did you mean by this? What did you mean by that?" Okay, boom, I thought that. That's some real shit. This is what we need to do. If he was whole in himself, then he would have known the right way to go. But because he was his allegiance was to the nation, that's where he went.
Elijah
They gave
Muhammad
him
was
his
a nation.
eyes. Like, that's where he went.
And neither
Exactly.
one. You know what though, and neither one of them wrong.
I
That's
mean,
what we
I think
got.
both of them are wrong.
That's what we got. That's what we got to
accept.
accept. Like to believe in something so much. Oh, nigga, I thought you were gonna start a whole fire. To believe in something so much that that it gives you purpose doesn't make you wrong. You get what I'm saying? What makes you wrong is when you
I don't
makes
think-
you wrong is when you try to impose that purpose on everybody else unwillingly.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
It was like one time when this fine Uber driver dropped off my food and then gave me a fucking note for coming to her Bible study. I was mad as hell because she was fine, but there's no way I was going to Bible study. Like, there's just no way. Anyway, I'm sorry. Good segue.
No,
It was good. It was still good.
I don't know what. Yeah, okay. Okay.
No, I guess what I'm saying is he's someone using their platform to put something that you don't give a that he's like, all right, I didn't really give a fuck about this at all, but you want to share it with me. And they're like, yeah, this is the way. And you just like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
You coming back? No.
That's the
He's
preaching
like, but you
thing.
should.
Okay, yeah, and that's that preaching dichotomy, like where like people are allergic to anything that comes across remotely preachy. It can even be the most fire shit, like the Middle Child song, like J. Cole's career, J. Cole's whole career, it has a thin veneer of preach to it, right?
No, that's preachy.
It's a veneer. Okay, we'll say a veneer preach, and then we'll say wasn't it K-Dot? He has a thinner veneer of preach to it. But anything that comes across as air quotes conscious, gives a preachy vibe.
Yeah.
And people have this repulse to it now. The culture has this repulse to it where it's like, you gonna tell me what to do?
Yeah.
And it's not even that. It's simply saying, have you looked at it like this? Or can we look at this? Or let's not forget about this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you preaching to me? I want to, debauchery is my angle. I'm a gremlin.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like,
You
so
know what I'm saying?
I know people that they have friends that are very. I'm talking about like complete fuck ups. Like they have everything handed to them, like the world. Like they don't really have to worry about nothing, but they just keep fucking it up, and they just keep watching them get in bad situation after bad situation, and then they go like, you know what? How about you don't hang around these people, or you do this and that, and you know what she goes, la 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 la. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But change the subject. Change the subject, because certain people, they know what the fuck they are. Everybody knows what the fuck they are.
So you think the people, their counsel should stop counseling them because of that? Or should they just, what should they do?
No, I'll be real with you. I wouldn't know, because it's more. I'm not around people who don't hear my words and go into and go with a, you know, go out to the world and actually think on
But
it.
we've all had moments of ego, like where our ego gets the better of us and we don't hear.
But to
what's right
automatically
for us.
shut it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And there's an element right now in the culture to where it's like, we'll hear an idea. We'll hear an idea that sounds righteous.
I don't know.
Like the minister, we'll hear an idea that sounds righteous and it does not fit.
I didn't know it was gonna play that. My bad. I'm just trying to do this pod thing. My bad. I ain't know it was gonna play that.
We'll have an idea that feels like we'll hear an idea that sounds righteous, and then it don't fit into our scope of how we think things should go, and we think it's an opposition. Like we think it's something preventing us from something, you know, because it presents itself as something we haven't identified yet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, like if you think about moving a log up a hill, and there's 3 of us in here, we all gonna have a different idea on how we're going to move that shit up the hill.
Right.
So basically what it is.
Yeah, obviously. You know.
I guess if I can pick, I hope I'm piggybacking right, because I left and came back. I just feel like we jump on shit that sounds deep. Like it sounds good, but what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like let's say I got a quote from a guy that I'm friends with, I guess, and he writes, "I used to get mad when I lost in chess until I realized I'm the one in control of my moves."
That's pretty much like, don't hate the player, hate the
Life
don't
is
hate
chess.
the game, hate the player.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what are you actually talking about right here?
It's pseudo
Like-
shit, but
Like you said, I used to get mad when I lost in chess, but then I realized I was the one in control of the rules. What the control of my moves? Oh, that's what you're sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because, duh, nigga,
right.
you're playing chess. You're the one telling those pieces what to do. You're moving in there. You're always been in control.
I think
That's what I'm saying is you people, they hold on to a message that doesn't really mean anything sometimes. Oh, it's very shallow water that it goes. It doesn't go deep.
He was like, yo, I suck at chess.
or I need to get better at chess.
And
I don't know how y'all heard
I'm
that.
mad at that.
No, it's that don't hate the player, hate the game type shit. Where it's like
That's what I heard.
he wants to throw the whole chessboard because he doesn't get chess instead of just getting chess or not. playing chess.
No. He's not talking about anything.
No, he really ain't. No, he's
Thank you. Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You know, he's having a pity party. That's what he really having.
Yeah.
But what I'm simply saying is he's simply saying like, I don't get chess. I'm bad at chess.
He said I suck at chess.
I suck at chess. So chess is the problem, not me.
But he didn't say
And
that.
That's what that comment was what I got. He feels like chess is
Oh,
a
it
problem
could be.
and not him. That's what I got from it.
It could be.
And I feel like that's stupid. I feel like I was like, bro, well, you just suck at chess. Get
It
better
could
at
be.
chess.
I used to get mad when I lost in chess, and then I realized I was in control of the moves.
Exactly.
That's how.
You're in control. Your
You
strategy,
are in
your
control of the
strategy
moves.
is
That's how
trash.
you play chess, by being in control of your movements.
Exactly.
So how did you not know you wasn't in control?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I mean about
The boy
thinking that you're being deep and you're not talking about
He
nothing.
ain't talking about
He
nothing.
talking about-
That's what I mean.
He's trash at
He
chess.
could have just
that was-
said
that was
he
for
could have
likes.
just said I suck at chess.
He sucks at chess. He's like, I learned how. He's like, I sucked at
And
chess
I'm
until I
mad
learned
about
how to
that.
play chess. Yeah, exactly.
But he didn't say
coulda-
that.
He could have
That
just
nigga,
said
that nigga went pseudo fucking.
It's pseudo as shit.
That nigga
It
said
is.
I'm in
That
Joshua.
nigga like, how can I dock this up to sound like something? And
That's
hoes
some
be like,
drink
yo,
the
he
That's some
always
drink the
come from.
Kool-Aid type shit.
It is really some drink the Kool-Aid type shit.
Man, that's,
But
Somebody fell
what
for
flavor
it.
that is? Like Blackberry.
It's not even a good one.
yeah, it ain't a good one.
not
It's like that. It's that orange shit that they used to
Nah.
give on the football field, and they call it Powerade.
Orange
That-
turbulence
you
or
remember that
something?
Powerade Kool-Aid shit they used to give you.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit cannot be good for
Tang.
nobody.
Tang.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even Kool-Aid. Really, it's Flavor Aid.
Yeah, it's flavor. It's drink.
But I can't hate on Flavor Aid.
yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Go,
We
you
don't-
saying?
That tangent is
Yeah, it's
is
done.
dog dead. Like that shit dead. What we doing?
Let's see. Offend you today, but not tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess what that means to anybody listening is, remember back in the day where you could say a certain thing to certain someone and they'd be like, oh, I can't believe it. But then 20, 30 years later, like, you better not talk to me like that. I'm going to counsel you. That's what we're speaking on.
Give me your pension ASAP. You're done to me. You're dead.
We don't believe you should have a life after what you've done.
After you,
You should be homeless in New York City.
after you done that, you
Not
shouldn't
using
be-
toilet paper, just changing your diaper every day.
You shouldn't be able to goddamn get a coffee.
You know what I think?
You want sugar, you need to get the processed sugar. You don't deserve turbino sugar.
What I think that statement encapsulates is the leap of consciousness that's happening right now. The leap of access to information and contact to people all over the world right now. Right now, I can say right now in this moment in time, don't say nothing about blue because somebody in all blue just beat my ass and took my leftovers. And then, 5 minutes from now, y'all still standing here and I feel differently. To whereas in another world, if I walked away from you, I may not see you for 5 months. You know what I'm saying? To where like I feel like we're just too exposed to each other. And that's my take of it. Like we're way too exposed to each other and the information coming so fast to where what I find offensive, I'm gonna move past it and you are in real time and you can move past or you don't move past it.
Well, I mean, we are in a world of everybody has a voice and almost instantaneous voice, or they
Right.
think they do. Like
Right.
I have someone I see their feed from time to time, and they used to work with my mom, and they just be saying anything anti right, anything anti Republican. Donald Trump should be under the jail. He should get raped by gorillas. And,
By
and some
gorillas?
zoo. Nigga, when I say this nigga done wrote some of the most crazy,
They should say horses, honestly. I mean,
you probably, you know what? It was an animal. It probably wasn't gorillas, but it was an animal. But it's like they'll say, what I'm saying is they'll write anything,
Yeah.
and people, and it'll just be the stupid, easiest, simplistic thing to say about a Republican or how dumb they are, and they'll have so many people agreeing with them. That's right. That's what I'm thinking, and you're thinking to yourself, if I write something on here, I'm going to be the only one who thinks the way I think.
yeah.
And so
that contrary
I'm
thing-
automatically wrong. Like just commenting on this makes me wrong. Like I'm not like there's so many times I've been typing something to kind of provide a different perspective than I thought about.
But I've
this is
seen
going to open up a
in
can
all
of ass
fairness,
whooping.
You know,
I've seen your comedic approach to comment.
You know what?
And for one, good job, sir.
Thank you.
And on the second end, why, sir? Why?
I'll
You
say
take
this.
that contrarian approach just to ruffle feathers and then pick apart the feathers and be like, y'all,
Because sometimes I want to see what people got. Because you're going to say some shit. All right, well,
And then, do you notice, like, I'll just go in and the one person that keep repeating to you, I'll laugh at their comment. You asshole. I'm like, haha. Like, you gotta
because he
keep
had to
going.
do what he had to do. That's what people do, America.
It's America. No, it's funny. Like I see you. It's funny. Anyway,
Man, I think
this
I don't
shit be
even
so
know how
funny.
to follow that up.
It's-
I think we too much. I think us as a human race is too much in a relationship with each other,
Yeah, we're emotional.
right? Like we too much in a relationship with
Very
each
much.
other in the sense of like everybody got to believe one thing or the other.
Yeah.
It's no individuals no more.
No.
You got to be. You either got
Yeah.
to be down with the people.
Collectivism, and it's so stupid
You either
because
got to be down with the people or
yeah,
But you know what? That doesn't work. Because
it doesn't because it's not authentic. It's not organic.
Case in point, the country of Japan, in which that was a very homogeneous society in which they kind of all did the same shit. But now that shit is breaking the fuck down.
Yep.
Their population is fucking lowering because people don't want to get married. They don't want to fuck. They were like, you know what? Tentacle porn or paying to cuddle with somebody.
Right along
Same
with
thing.
Taiwan,
I don't want no fucking kid.
Singapore.
Same thing with the women. They're like, I just want a nigga to hang out with and drink sake, maybe rub his dick and look him in his eyes, and then I'll probably go home.
Wait a minute.
Like they don't care about certain shit no more. But they were taught to be that way. They were taught to not be the nail that needs to be hammered back down. But now everybody's like, all right, this hammer ain't big enough no more. And it's not strong enough no more. And to me, if you're gonna move that way in society, that's eventually, man. No empire, no way of thinking can last forever.
Exactly. That's why free market, free capitalism. That's why it's infecting the entire world, and that's partially why Russia is invading Ukraine. It's like the whole that idea of control,
for real estate.
free real estate. What you mean?
I mean, Ukraine used to be part of the USSR, and I mean, don't get me wrong.
They just popping tents. What you know about?
I mean, put it like this. So Russia has control Crimea, which is under Ukraine, if I remember correctly, or at the bottom of Ukraine or something like that. And their whole claim is they got people there that are being Russian citizens or whatever, Russian people who used to be part of it, still fighting with the Ukrainian government, and they're there to protect them. So to protect them, they just invade the whole country.
Oh shit!
So, which I don't know if that's true. That's just something.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know if any of this is true. This is 1984, like a motherfucker, in my opinion.
I got a confession. I
gotta
I loosely follow plots that have too many white people in it, and that's why I didn't get into Game of Thrones. So the Russian Ukraine thing, I'm still wondering about Haiti and their president being assassinated. We never got a closure to that story, so I didn't really follow the Russian
I feel you
Ukraine
that. I just know Putin done killed somebody like with his hands.
thing. I believe that.
Like, that nigga done look like he done choked the nigga until that nigga just life expired, and he said,
But I do wonder that though. Like I wonder why.
I follow this more closely. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you, because when white people get involved, then other white people get involved.
A lot of white
And-
like a lot of white people.
and-
And a lot of white people pull
and-
their brown people that are
And
beholden
that's
to
what
them
I'm
into
saying.
it.
And when then a lot of white people get involved, they be like, "Hey, y'all niggas, come on over here too."
Exactly, and,
And-
they make it a global. It's
and
now
that
we're
bothers
on the precipice of a world war.
That
I hate that
Nigga,
word, precipice.
we're on the
That
precipice.
That would use that shit in an emergency.
That bothers me. That bothers me. Haiti's
Like,
president.
world war. Like I'm like,
Haiti's
are we?
president getting killed was like
Now, to me, I was shocked. I stayed up. I binged information
that
over
was-
nights trying to unpack what was going on.
crazy. That was crazy, but it was like, well,
That got something to do with Haitians. I'm gonna say it like this. So, like the fact that the guy wasn't
not gonna
president
affect
in
the
the way
world.
in the way things were going down with him, it's like say South America. They have a lot of different governments in which the United States is backed, in which they have a president in which they donated funds to make that dude the president of that country or the head of their government.
Now
So
we
now,
talking.
so now we have different presidents in other countries that are backed by the United States because they are also now allies, especially with their country resources. So with Haiti, from my understanding, is that
You also know Venezuela got involved, and we're buying gas from them right now.
bruh, bruh. Listen,
Come on.
They were part of the
I heard-
assassin group that killed Jovenel. How you pronounce his name? Jovenel Marquise or whatever.
Marquise?
Marquise. I don't know how to pronounce his
Who's
name.
that?
But the Haitian president, Jovenel Marquise. I can't pronounce his name. It's
I
French.
mean, that's probably where they ordered the commandos from. Yeah.
no,
I heard
He was a lead commando of the unit. They were trained here in the United States, which that's another loophole. But
I mean, so was the 9/11 dudes.
exactly. Come on. Like,
Look. I heard the funniest shit ever.
Okay.
Who is the leader of North Korea?
Kim Jong Un.
What's the one before him?
Kim
Il,
Jong-il.
right?
Yeah. His dad.
who was less chubby?
Kim Jong.
So he had higher self esteem.
Kim
So
Jong-
he was
No,
less
they're
dangerous.
both
Kim-
about the same size.
Was he?
Kim
was
Jong
chubby too?
They're
Il.
both chubby.
He had a skinny face.
Kim Jong Il is credited for inventing the burrito in North Korea.
That's tough, bro. Like that shit tough.
Yeah.
man. That's
Kim
tough.
Jong Il.
Think about that NFT value. Think about that
Kim
NFT.
Jong Il shot a perfect hole-in-one golf game. His first time playing golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
That shit is documented.
Dude.
somebody's a billionaire for NFTs
Ain't
of Kim
talk
Jong
that
Il.
Yeah. Dude, there was a documentary in North
Holy
Korea
shit.
where a doctor went there on the pretense to help a village see. So he donated his services to help the village and remove cataracts and stuff like that. Whoever need some type of optical surgery. He took the bandage off of everybody. Everybody. Every last one of them motherfuckers. He worked on every last one of those motherfuckers by himself. He probably had a few nurse assistants. And every nigga got up and said, "Thank you, leader." Not one of them motherfuckers turned and said, "Thank you, doctor. I appreciate you coming in here and coming to this far ass place for free and removing these cataracts." That bitch turned around and said, "Thank you, leader." Like went straight
You know
to the
what? And
picture.
I
Didn't
bet
even
you-
think about that.
I bet
nigga.
you them doctors
shit
was cool.
wild.
Them doctors was like, I want to get out this country with this sorry ass cable and these
You
fake
know the
ass
food-
cities.
Goddamn Wi-Fi is trash.
Trash. I can't go on Facebook
Barbecue-
in this whole.
How you think the food
Barbecue
is?
hell,
Get
though.
up out of here.
You think? Hold on. So you think Northern Korea barbecue is gonna be good?
Probably
Nah,
not.
nah. No, South Korea barbecue fire. North Korea barbecue, nah.
Like they don't seem like they got like art in their restaurants. And-
They probably do.
No,
They
but-
probably
but-
like-
but it's of the leader.
Jong-un.
It's of the leader.
Now, honestly, okay, that's a conversation. I bet you art in North Korea, like the North Korean government don't recognize it, but I bet you that shit fired in them motherfucker. Because it's
Yeah,
art,
but it got to be for the leader.
art is expression, right?
Yeah, for the leader.
No, art is period.
Damn,
I'm saying
I
North
was-
Korea is for the leader.
Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Art period is expression. Now, if it's recognized, it's recognized, or if not, but like the humans in North Korea are because they're so oppressed or whatever, they're so like held down.
I wish I could remember the dictator name. There was a dictator.
What country?
I can't remember.
What part
The
of the
nigga
world?
changed the names of the months in the
He changed the name.
he changed the name of the months to reflect like his family's name or some shit.
That's old.
That's crazy.
Nah, this is like in 90s.
This is the 90s. Let me see.
My conspiracy brain start going.
This Turkmenistan.
Yeah.
That was in 2008.
Yes.
This nigga, wow, he changed the month to reflect. Wow, he ain't shit.
Damn.
Oh shit, he dropped the fucking month's name. He changed all the fucking months. Oh my god. Oh wow.
And what country was it?
Turkmenistan. It's like one
Okay.
of those
Yeah.
Kalakalikistan
It
places.
gotta be one of we can't grow vegetables outside type countries.
You know, potatoes.
It gotta be one of them
It's
countries.
potatoes and war.
Yeah.
You know, because
Okay, I
like
shouldn't
in,
have said that. That's
America
not right.
where we got like so many options, we can be like, nigga, fuck you. Like, what you talking about? Nah,
Yeah, that's a food desert and an actual desert. A tundra, if you will.
it gotta be. Gotta be.
A lot
Well,
of, lot of
you know
killing
what?
rabbits with pellet guns.
You know what? America got one thing right. They said, well, we here now.
Yeah.
So we might as well make a whole lot of guns.
Facts. Because America was built by a bunch of one of them ones. A bunch of them niggas.
Yeah,
A
by
bun-
criminals.
Exactly. America in
It needs criminals.
it's certain countries that don't have an option but to play ball with the populace. And America's definitely one of them. You ain't got an option. We could have guns or we can have tills. We gonna fuck you up, like, because we're too much. We're too much independent minded people who've reproduced over too many years. You know, like, we just can't. We can't look the other way. We see too much. That's why you had slave revolts, and that's why you had that. Like,
and because we are in so much competition with each other, it just keeps getting better.
facts, and that's why I love the state dynamic of America. I love the independent United States. I love that idea. All of them need to be coming up with their own ideas and competing.
Doing whatever that
Exactly. And the best of your competition, present that shit annually, and we're gonna review it, and every 4 years we're gonna implement it. I love that idea. You know?
Yeah,
So-
we do that shit.
Like, we not playing that shit like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't come up here one chubby nigga talking about, you know, I invented tennis, right? Like, nah, nigga,
We do
no,
that
come
shit.
on.
And then we big enough, and we all speak the same language, and that's the thing.
I mean, we do.
That's the
kinda.
thing, bro. That's the thing.
But
That's the thing.
but
We all speak the same language. Like, if
But
you
it's
go to
still always-
Europe,
it's
if you
still
go to
always some
Europe,
hate.
if you go to Europe, you're gonna have to learn at least 3.
Yeah, you got English,
Oh yeah,
Spanish,
but now
and
that's
French,
something I do admire about other countries is the fact
and maybe
that
Italian and Hungarian.
that's something I do admire
Whatever
about
they
other
speak
countries
in
is that
Turkmenistan.
they enforce other languages in their grade school. We strongly suggest Spanish, but we don't enforce it. I feel like we should enforce. You know,
I
other
do too.
languages. Yeah, and probably at this point, Mandarin or Cantonese. I don't know what the dominant language in China is.
They about the same.
Yeah, whatever the dominant.
One's like North China, the other's South China.
Yeah, whatever the
But
dominant language is.
you would think
what
as
we-
dominant as China was, they'd be like, yo, what? We all gonna speak the same shit. We sick of this shit. It's Mandarin
Nah,
and
it's too
motherfucker.
big.
And it ain't even about like China forcing their position. It's about China fucking their position into place. You know, whatever. India too. Let's fucking learn Hindi or whatever the fuck. You know, let's learn.
Well, no,
like
no.
anybody who out fucking the next
Nigga,
person.
the problem is okay.
No.
Them languages. All right. So the one thing
It's
about
all good. It's all good, but them niggas can't goddamn keep up with all that shit. At some point in time, they gonna run out of food and shit, and they's gonna be like, "Well, niggas can't have babies no more." Then niggas gonna be like, "What the fuck? I can't have no motherfucking baby." Like it's not.
Your hungry ass can't nut.
It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go that way.
Now,
It's
what
not gonna go
I was
that way.
gonna say is those countries. If you actually like look further into those languages, there's like so many other languages. It's like Japan. Everybody thinks the language of Japan is just Japan, but nah, you go in
It's
there,
pronounced Nihongo.
it's like another 10
Yeah.
fucking languages.
Yeah.
and they're not Japanese.
And it's here in the States too, but we're stubborn. Like Ebonics is a motherfucking
It's a fucking
language.
language.
Spanglish is a language.
I still don't know what the fuck Bobby Smurda be talking about.
Right.
I know, I have
Go
no clue.
go to like deep New Orleans. Like, no, you're not getting
Like
it.
Cajun?
Go to fucking Mississippi or some shit. You gonna barely get the shit. You gonna barely get it.
Are you gonna
Hell,
only
my
word you
people
gonna say?
in South Georgia? I mean, in East Georgia, far East Georgia. My mom had to fucking give me the I can't think of the word right now.
The talk?
The talk. Like she had to dissect the word or whatever. And I'm like, what?
Translate.
Translate. Thank you. God damn. Tequila. You know, she had to translate my great grandma.
A
This
lot of T
podcast
words
is
you couldn't-
sponsored by
Tequila.
tequila.
You know, but like she had to translate that shit. Like my great grandma would say that around the corner. I'm like, yeah, okay, around. I should go outside, I guess.
Bruh.
You know,
When I first got me growing up in the city, right, and then going down to the country and listening to my grandma, she's like, "Go in there and give me one of them sacks out of the." I said,
Sacks.
so what the fuck is a sack?
okay.
I walked in there and I asked my mama. I said, "Mom, Grandma said she need a sack. What is that?" She like one of them grocery bags out of the.
You know,
I was like, "What the?" Fuck?
and if you come at the grandma with the wrong thing, grandma.
Backhand you.
Exactly.
You
Grandma,
don't listen.
grandma gonna be like, I lived through slavery for you. I lived
I got
through
something
Jim
to show
Crow
you.
South for
I
you.
think
I
I did.
lived through, that for you.
Man.
People like, oh my God. I'm sorry.
Man,
Mom.
and then she'll be like, "I'm finna go get me some tea." What? I'm finna go get me some tea. What?
She's gonna get something to eat.
Something to eat.
Yeah. Let them alone. Let them alone. Let
For
them
the
alone
long-
now. Let them alone. Get on.
around-
Get on. Let alone.
Get around here.
For
Get
the
around him.
For the longest, I thought my mom on my mama's side, I thought my cousin's name was Cutting Tip.
Cutting tip.
Cutting Tip. That's what I thought his name
What
was.
was the name?
Cutting Tip.
You better
That's
spell
what I
that
thought.
bitch out. I had you.
That's what I thought his name was. But what they were saying was Cousin Tip.
Yeah. See,
Cutting Tip.
you thought cutting tips off something.
Man, you fucking with these old people.
No, that's South, man. It'd be young
I
folks.
mean, no, because that's my country
cutting
side of the
tip.
family. That's the side of the family that you can't say nothing against God against.
Yeah.
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 And I don't really fuck with
Not
them
even
'cause
remotely
I
against
like having God conversations with the family every especially around Christmas. That's my
don't do
favorite
it. Don't do it, then.
Man.
Them niggas trying to be happy,
They trying
bro.
to kill you.
Oh man,
Don't do it.
They trying to be happy. See, at this point, you just being mean.
no.
You are. You are. You trying to ruin on their
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I had a grown man try to tell me that Santa Claus was real, and I was like,
What?
hey, bro,
You know what?
I'm like, just say you want to fuck a dude that look like Santa Claus.
Wait a minute.
You a gay?
Wait a minute.
I said that.
I want to make a statement though.
Is Santa Claus real?
At a conversation. No, Santa Claus is,
And he's white.
If he is real, he's probably racist.
Yeah, because he damn sure ain't come around.
Hey, man,
My
shit.
chimney didn't
I'm
even
still waiting for
open
that
up that
dirt
far.
bike, nigga. What you mean? Oh, racist ass. But no, I had a statement where I was like, "Do you really want to live in a world without magic?" And I want y'all to define what magic like as an adult person. If somebody was to present a magic trick to you and you didn't say, okay, you obviously this is delusion, this is illusion or whatever. This is true magic. What does that look like to you? Define what that is first.
Without magic,
No, magic. Like define as an adult man and your idea of what the world is. If somebody was to come to you and truly do a magic trick where it's not an illusions trick, you're like, that is magic. What does that look like?
I don't know, because magic has always been presented as an illusion.
That's why I hate beer.
Got to pay. That nigga Mike has to take a
I
bathroom.
think I don't think a nigga would show me a magic trick and I'd be like, oh,
I mean, I think what he's saying is that it's almost. I take it as you're thinking like you're white. Like you believe anything your parents tell you, you believe in, and you have no cause to believe anything else because they keep up the illusion. So, in a sense, that what I'm hearing is that you believe in magic, meaning that you believe in illusion, and you have no other thing to go against the illusion itself. So it's like saying, think of a time where someone says we have a God, but then nobody ever talks about what if there wasn't a God, or nobody talks about, you sure it's a God? Like nobody's going against the grain. Everybody's doing the same shit, or no one's vocally saying it out loud. Like to me, that's kind of how, like, I don't know.
yeah.
I guess I think I'm
confused.
trying. What you mean?
That's a tangent.
No, I feel
That
you.
was a good tangent.
No, I feel you.
But I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Mike, what was the question you asked? Because I feel like we got off topic.
What y'all talking about?
Yeah.
We were talking about the question you asked before you went to go pee.
So what is magic? All right. So it's a kind of a twofold question, right? It's a self-serving question. I apologize.
Okay. I think magic, in a sense, if I can kind of gain, and we talked about it a little bit. So are you speaking more so in the sense that
Magic, magic. Honestly, in my
like
definition,
on some Peter Pan shit?
it could be right.
I
so,
get.
so Peter Pan lived in a delusion reality,
Right.
You know,
He never wanted to grow
and
up.
that was magic to him. The magic was, I want to see reality other than what reality is.
Y'all brought that up too. I said, I'm glad y'all brought that up.
But it's a delusion sense of reality, right? So if magic is a delusion sense of reality, then
Right.
that's what your identification of magic is.
Right.
Right.
All right.
So that's my question: is as a grown man, you've lived life, you've seen right and wrong, you've seen, deception and everything else. What does if somebody came to you with a real magic trick, where they legit turn water into wine? How do you see that? Like, what do you identify as magic?
And to say something that actually would be actual magic,
Yeah.
if that nigga just woke up in the morning, walked out in the front of the building, and just started flying.
So you're saying a human man walking outside and then just flying off like Neo.
Like no, he had time to fall into a hornet or anything like that. That nigga just
So like Neo.
yeah,
Like Neo from the Matrix,
or,
where he just
or Superman just just started flying.
I would equate it to any nigga doing anything that he wanted at any time. So
So a rich man.
like he don't have to open no doors. He can just walk through doors. He can do anything. If he wanted to jump up in the sky, he could just jump up in the sky. He could anything like that. I'm like, oh, this man is amazing.
This is kind of like a lot of
This
privileged
is
white
amazing
people.
as fucking man.
But is that magic though? Is that magic?
In this instance, yes.
I
But
feel like
it-
magic
yeah,
defies physics.
No, maybe defies logic, not physics.
If
And this is why I'm
what
explaining
I'm
why.
saying is a lot of things that we like, say a flying carpet. There's no such thing as a fucking flying carpet because it can't be defined in physics.
There's no such thing as a flying carpet in your idea of what a carpet is.
What?
No, simply right now, right? So
I
somebody,
understand
no, hold on.
that, but it's- I understand
Somebody
it,
can
but
bring
it's
a
convoluted.
BlackBerry phone to you and say, you can take 4K photos with this BlackBerry phone. You be like, no, the fuck you can't. They're saying with a phone you can take 4K photos, and it just takes some advancements.
4K photo.
It's like how we call them do-rags.
Look, I'm trying.
but
I'm
they
trying,
call them
bro.
hijab.
You are.
I'm trying.
You heard me?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like how we call them do-rags, but they call them hijabs.
Shut the fuck up. Muhammad and Jesus. Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
So I thought about this statement one time. I was like, do you really want to live in a world without magic, where magic is outlawed, magic is prohibited? Magic, anybody who thinks about magic or think in the idea of magic is a fool. They're outcasted.
I think it serves you up until you get to a certain age. Like
Art is magic.
Honestly, I think the exact opposite.
like
I think the exact opposite. I think you imagine a long time and then you grow into the ability to actually identify magic. And magic is exploration. Magic is discovery. Magic is Tesla.
that's what I'm saying.
It's
I think it.
Not Tesla the car. I mean Tesla the inventor. I mean
I
I
think-
think
I think
Innovation.
I think it. I think
Innovation.
innovation.
I think it serves you
Yeah.
up until a certain age. So it's like when he was a little boy, he imagined all these things. But when he was a grown man, he had to put in the practical effort to make these.
Exactly.
Imagination
And so,
served him. Imagination served him
up into the point of
up into I have to do this now.
exactly.
So when you can be a kid, this is the whole, what you want to show kids type thing.
Exactly.
Like I think kids should be able to be kids.
Not what you want to show kids, what you want to give kids. What do you want to give to kids? What do
I-
they adopt?
I
What do they inherit?
I think I think kids should be able to be kids. They shouldn't have to worry about anything, and whatever they imagine, whatever they build. I'm building a rocket ship that's gonna go to Mars.
Did you give
I'm
them
gonna-
rocket science that got to the point to where we can land on Mars and come home multiple times? Like, did you give them that? Because then that opens up a world of magic and imagination that then puts
Even
them
if
on
I-
Jupiter and puts them, further and further.
Even if I gave them that, they wouldn't know what to do with it because they don't know anything.
Well, that's your job.
It is. They wouldn't even be able to comprehend that shit. Like it would be akin to trying to get your dog to understand the Pythagorean theorem. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
we'll never use this shit.
like is it?
But if your dog did have to use it in its species lifetime, in its species lifetime, maybe not that dog.
Yes.
In its species lifetime,
They will never
honestly,
understand it. They will never understand it.
The
But
fucking
if
golden
you,
retriever from the wolf, man, that's just a
but
prime
if you
example.
wait, but if you wait,
Golden retriever can sense a heart attack, and a wolf be like, "Nigga, I'm hungry." You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But if you wait just a little bit, then they'll be able to understand it. And then that's when you give them the keys. As soon as they can understand it, that's when you give them the keys.
well, I think it's a gradual process, but I get what you're saying.
But you can't give them more than they can handle, because if you give them more than they can handle, then they turn out
they resent it. They resent the change. I think
they
the
turn
change
out different because it's
I feel you, but at the
it's
same,
it is akin to knowing, like, damn, I done said that like 3 times. It's like if you know if you know the outcome of something, and you see people around you and you like, yo, they finna do that, and this is exactly what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you not want to be around those type of people.
I mean, I look at
or seek out those type of people for the comfort of knowing what's gonna happen.
Well, I look at it like this.
I see what you're saying.
You can try your best to, I guess, curate an experience, especially for like kids, to keep them quote unquote innocent. But let's be real, everyone in this room saw pornography as a child, and it's not it's not like our parents was like, yo, this is porn. We legit went and found that shit on ourselves. We explored our own sexuality before our parents even talked to us about sex. At least for me. I think
most people did. I think most kids did, but I don't think sexuality or sex shatters that.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, to stifle the imagination of a kid.
Exactly.
In the sense of like this is that, and this is fact, and this is
exactly
that, and so on and so forth. And you can't talk this way, and you can't.
Yeah, I think.
And you can't move this way, and so on and so forth.
All the creating, and you're creative, and you are creative too. Y'all are creatives, so it's just like you have to foster an environment to allow you to say, I know it's been done like this, but I'm gonna do this. You gotta build and promote that environment, and you're honestly anti anything that hinders that process.
Right.
As an artist, and that's why artists are always known as rebels and shit. They're not trying to be. They don't want to be tough. They're not trying to buck a system. They're just simply saying, I need freedom. I need to grow. I need environments to where I can kind of build something. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Do you want to live in a world of magic, of shit, a bunch of shit that you have no clue of? We go back to the dog idea. How do we know a dog can't fly a spaceship? He's never been given the task to fly a spaceship. It's never been given a task to fly a spaceship. And I say that, of course, hyperbolically, I say that. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you give it the task over a long enough time, it may learn how to fly a spaceship.
Yeah, but to fly a spaceship.
And now dogs dream in space. Now dogs have dreams of space.
But how many dogs got to crash before that other dog goes,
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the process. I'm talking about just the access to it.
I guess again, it sounds good, but it's still some shit that you can just say. What if? It's a what ifer, and to me, what ifs don't really They're just a whole bunch of wonderment.
Can you build a space right now that can go to another galaxy? A spaceship right now that can go to another galaxy?
I think anybody can. I think the better question
right
is
now.
Can you impose your happiness on somebody else, bro?
Yeah.
No, it's not about that. It's not about imposing happiness. It's about
think about it. A dog is happy
all the time.
A dog is happy.
Most of the time,
it's happy. It's happy doing whatever the fuck it's doing. And as much as we expose our dogs to, their lives have got better. But in our head it's gotten better. Like, we don't know what dogs want. Yeah. Exactly. Just like I know that your dog would rather be Your dog would rather be running around that fucking yard doing whatever the fuck dogs get into, sniffing whatever the fuck dogs sniff or whatever, and then come back and fuck with you when they fuck with you.
Exactly.
But-
That's cats.
But but we keep dogs inside,
Yeah.
and we provide all these
And we claim we rescued them. Yeah.
we provide all these luxuries.
He's a rescue. I saved his
we
life.
provide all these luxuries and everything for them, and be like, you should like this bed. You should like this.
Real talk.
You should like this chew toy and everything.
My dog chews up every expensive bed I give her. I gave her a fucking moving throw, like the moving blanket that you put over your furniture. She cherished that shit. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Is she lonely?
Huh?
Sound lonely.
No, it sound like maybe them big ass beds was too hot for her. I don't know what it was.
Rose tear up her bed.
Yeah, I mean, you know how expensive them dog beds can get, man. Like I got out of them
Rose
little memory
therapy-
foam bed
Rose
and shit.
Well, they got beds that are so-called more, I guess, more indestructible to dogs.
No, I bought her one of those last Christmas. I bought her one of those.
She fucked
What
that
they
up.
do? What they
She right now I could take a picture. Like she didn't pull the stuffing out of the seams, and it's just like she for her. Would I take it? Like when I stopped and I was like, well, what the fuck does she want? Like what's comfortable for her? The moving throw, right? So the moving throw, what she does is she'll I put it like kind of away from the corner. She scooted it to the corner, and on cold nights she'll lay in the corner, and on warm nights she'll just put her legs on the blanket. Her body is on the carpet and she's laying by the vent. So those beds were too warm for her. Like it just wouldn't, it wasn't letting her breathe. She's a short haired dog, maybe I keep the house too hot, some shit like that. I don't know, so that's what I'm saying. I never really thought like, okay, I had an idea what's comfortable in my bed, but I ain't think what's comfortable to her as a dog,
Yeah.
We got off tangent.
Yeah, we did.
You
Actually,
good?
yeah, I'm good on this.